Hello, everybody. It's Fun, and I have a tutorial for you. I want to talk about multi-streaming with Meld, specifically to YouTube. The reason I'm doing this, YouTube came out with a big announcement today on a number of features that they're adding within the next few months that's going to really enhance live streaming on YouTube. And I think that it's a really good time for you to get into it. So I want to show you how you can live stream to both YouTube horizontal and vertical using Meld Studio. I'll also include how you actually go in and set up your YouTube dashboard to do this. Now, this is something that's going to change here in a few months, because the thing about it right now is you have to have two dashboards open, two separate chats to monitor both your horizontal and vertical. Well, one of the great features that YouTube has now added, or will be adding here within the next couple of weeks to a couple months, is a combined horizontal and vertical canvas dashboard that you will be able to use one URL and key to stream to both vertical and horizontal with an integrated chat. So that's going to be a really nice function. I really think this is a good time for you to really get into this. And I'm telling you, because I have the numbers and I can show you at the end of the video why vertical on YouTube is such a big deal. So let's get into it right now. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to go in and you're going to bring in Meld Studio. Now, Meld Studio gives you the ability to do both horizontal, vertical, and multi-streaming all on one UI. No plugins needed. It's really nice. So we're going to focus on two main areas. First is going to be your settings, and then the second is going to be over here on your outputs. This is where you can set up all of your multi-streaming. So to get to settings, you're going to go down here to the lower right corner, click on this little gear. And then what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have multi-canvas check marked. If you have, by default, you're going to have main canvas, and you'll only see your horizontal. You select multi-canvas, it's going to give you your horizontal and vertical together. Then, of course, obviously, you're going to have to go in and set your scenes up appropriately. But the good thing is if you left-click on each scene, then the appropriate layers will come up for that specific canvas. And if you click over here, then it'll switch to the layers that are specific to each of those canvases. So keep that in mind. And they also have different colors. So if you're on purple, then you'll know you're vertical. If you're on blue, you'll know that you're on horizontal. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, once you get your scene set up, then you want to go in and you want to set up your outputs. Now this is where we're going to get into your dashboard on YouTube. So let's do that now. All right, so what you're going to do is you want to go to create and go live. I like personally doing a scheduled stream, so I'm going to go to manage and I'm going to schedule stream. I actually like to schedule these ahead of time, so I usually put 2 or 3 up at once. But anyway, so I'm going to create a new stream and I'm going to title it whatever, so I'm just going to say title. You can put in the description whatever you want according to whatever the algorithm prefers. If you can select gaming for the category and name the game. Whatever. You can also upload a thumbnail, put in a playlist. I have a playlist for live streams. And you can also make sure your age restriction is correct. Make sure you say, no, it's not made for kids. So you don't get kid-related content and ads and that sort of thing. But all your normal settings, just like you would do for a regular long-form video. If you have monetization available, you want that. Also, live chat. Now, you can turn chat off, but I don't recommend that. Obviously, it's a live stream. You want full interaction. But you can control it there. You can set it redirect, which is basically like a Twitch raid. So if you have somebody that's live streaming, you can actually select their channel so that when you're finished, it'll automatically redirect your viewers over to their channel. And then here is where you can set up whether you want you want it to be private, unlisted members only, or public if you have that available. Obviously, most people want to do public. And once that's there, you select done. And then this is where it is really important, because you are going to want to then select what type of stream you are. So here I'm going to pull the right down here. We're going to actually create a new stream. All right. So here we can call it Meld Test Vert. Okay. And then you can add a description if you want. It's not required. And then you can hit create. You have a couple options here. You have HLS Advanced and RTMP. For Meld, you're going to want to use RTMP. Okay. So you have RTMP variable. You now have a stream key that you can now copy. And then what you will do is then you will go into Meld and set that up. Okay, so that is for your vertical stream. For your horizontal stream, you're going to want to go back and you're going to want to schedule another stream. Okay. Now here you're going to create a new stream and you're going to go test horizontal. Okay. Title it whatever. Same thing with the description. All the same stuff we just talked about. We can go through, make sure it's all ready, and then we're going to hit done. Okay, once you have that done, now what you want to do is you want to create a new stream key, and then you're going to want to name this whatever it's going to be, so you'll know. And I'll call this Meld Hars. So I'll know it's for Meld. Again, streaming protocol, you want it to be RTMP default, and then hit create. Okay, so now you have RTMP variable. You now have a new stream key that you can now copy and paste into Meld. Now, what you'll want to do is now go into Meld, and we'll add these to the Meld so that we can stream both. All right, so now that we got Meld open, what we will do is we will I've already copied and pasted the horizontal stream. I'd click on that, and then I will go over to the outputs area here, and I will hit the plus symbol. Okay. Then I will select YouTube. Now YouTube, it automatically puts the stream URL in there, and then all you will do is you will copy and paste your stream key. Now you have the eyeball. If you want to look at it, make sure it matches, that's fine. But this is the key, and this is where you want to make sure you're doing this properly, is you want to make sure you're selecting the right canvas. So now this is going to be my main canvas for my horizontal. That is good. So you got that. So now I've got that. You can also rename this if you want to. You can go here, type in here, and I'll call this, let's call this TFS. Or actually, let's call this TG YouTube horror, and I'll just do hors for horizontal. And now you'll know that that is available. Okay, so you got that. Now, the second thing we'll do, and now we'll go back into our YouTube dashboard. Go to the second tab for our vertical stream. Again, you're going to repeat this. You're going to copy the stream key. You're going to go into outputs. You're going to select YouTube again. Again, it's going to select your stream URL, but you're going to, copy and paste the stream key specific for your vertical. Okay, and then here I will go in, change the name to TG YouTube Vert. I will know that that is vertical. And here, instead of selecting main canvas, I'm going to do vertical canvas. Again, you have the option of using VOD audio if you want to do that. Okay. And that is it. Now, the only other thing you need to make sure is that the slider is on and over to the right, and it is blue like you see right there in the multi-streaming. Once that is set and you have your dashboard ready to go for each of these are both waiting for the stream. So now you can go live. And I will go and press the live button. And then I will wait for the streams to go live here. Now, this is a key that you also need to understand. Okay, now I'm receiving the stream. You can see it says excellent condition. Okay, and now I am live streaming. And I can go live. And now you are now live to your channel on both vertical and horizontal. Okay. So that is it. That is as easy as it gets. It doesn't get any better. Now let's talk about why I think vertical is important to stream for YouTube, especially now that they've introduced all this new content. So why do you want to stream vertical on YouTube along with your horizontal? Especially if you're trying to build a channel up and you're trying to get your numbers up. I think vertical is important because it is amazing at how much your channel will grow when using vertical content, and you're able to send people over to your horizontal also. The reason I say this is because this is something that I have recently implemented on my own channel, on this channel right here that you're watching. And I have some numbers that I want to share with you that I typically would not do, but I want to show you just how successful my channel has been, comparatively speaking, over the past couple months since I started vertical streaming. It's very important because the numbers don't lie. Okay, so let me go to my analytics, and I will share that with you. This is something that I typically don't do, but I want to show you just some raw numbers, okay, on some streams that I've done. All right, so over the past few months, I have started streaming. You can tell my regular video content compared to my vertical live streams. Okay, these peaks are all vertical live streams. I typically stream between 3.5 and 4 hours. In those times, I am getting these view numbers. I'm getting these watch time increases. I'm getting these amount of subscribers during the live streams. Now, the revenue, you can see that the revenue has not been all that much, but as of late, now that I have started live streaming, you're starting to see these little peaks. Now, granted, this is not a lot of money. Unfortunately, you don't get a ton of ad revenue from gaming. But as people start growing, as you start growing, you start gaining super chats and memberships, those change. But keep in mind that this is key to your growth by using these vertical streams. This has been the pattern over the past couple months with the channel, and through that, my channel has actually grown significantly. It was pretty stale, as you could see, but I started live streaming, and slowly my subscriber numbers have picked up, my view numbers have picked up, my views have picked, my view time, watch time, view numbers have picked up. The only thing that's kind of lagging behind is your revenue. But I don't really do this for money. I do this for fun. I've really been enjoying it, and it has worked out a lot. Now, here's the key that I also want to show you, because it doesn't matter necessarily about the size of your channel. I've streamed one time just to see what this would do on a small channel like the Tactical Gramps channel, the second channel I did one stream. And although the numbers are not the same as my main channel, you can see that in 3 hours, I still gained a ton of vertical views compared to other long form content that I've had on the channel for years now. So even if you're a small channel, this is a great way for you to grow, and you need to really understand that. It is huge for your channel to be able to vertical stream along with horizontal stream to YouTube. And I urge you, I'll provide a link down in the description below of some of the new changes that's coming out, including the integrated dashboard for vertical and horizontal on YouTube, the AI that they're incorporating that's going to allow you to it's going to create recommended shorts off of your live streams and your long form videos that you upload that you can then feed to YouTube Shorts. They're really selling YouTube Shorts, I think. And I think you're also going to start seeing ad revenue and discoverability even increase more as they implement these features. So anyway, I hope this guide helped you out. And, I hope that this insight into, my analytics, even though they're not crazy by far, but compared to what they were, I've seen a ton of growth. And I hope that inspires you to maybe try the vertical out because I think it's important for your growth on your channel. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. Have a great week. We'll see you later.